Yo, what's up guys? Chase the Bro here, and welcome back to another Dark Souls 3 build video. Today I'm going to be showcasing yet another type of one-shot build. This one is completely focused around parrying and riposts. For those of you who have always wanted a one-shot build, this one is definitely the easiest type to pull off, seeing as you don't need to be in critical health for the red tearstone ring, and you don't need a lot of the buffs that are required with other one-shot builds. So as you may have guessed by this point, the entire strategy revolves around getting a parry off, so you're definitely going to want to practice your parries if you're trying to make a one-shot build focused around them. You're also going to need a secondary weapon. Whatever one you choose, it doesn't really matter, as long as it gives your opponent the impression that you're actually trying to fight and not just fishing for parries. Let's be real, if you're fighting someone that has Yorm's Great Machete in one hand and a parry device in the other, you're definitely not going to go in attacking with moves that are actually parryable. So you're going to want to keep that information away from your opponent. I suggest using a secondary weapon that does well with a heavy gem infusion, because this build is centered entirely around strength, so any weapon that will do well with a heavy gem is perfect in my opinion. Once you've failed enough parries, your opponent's going to realize that you're just fishing for them, so that at that point you're going to want to revert to actually fighting with your secondary weapon, so make sure you like it. I have actually never made a build centered around parries, so this was new to me, and honestly it was pretty challenging. Because I wanted to show you guys the capabilities of the build, I really wasn't trying to land any of my attacks with my secondary weapon. I was just trying to bait my opponent into attacking, and that was pretty difficult for me. Just knowing that I can't land an attack was kind of messing with me, because I was trying to show you guys that it is a one-shot build, so I wanted their health to be completely full. But honestly, I think it made my timing better with parries because I had no other choice. That was my only weapon, right? So I had no choice but to get good, and after like hours of gameplay, I got my parrying down. I was using the buckler and the caestus. I really don't know which I prefer, honestly. I think the caestus has a faster parry, so it's better for straight swords, but my timing overall is definitely better with the buckler, personally. You may also be wondering why I'm switching between the Yorm's Great Machete and Leto's Great Hammer, and the Yorm's Great Machete does more damage, but I just personally love the way it looks to slam someone with a riposte on Leto's Great Hammer, so I was deciding if Leto's always one-shots people, and if it does, I was going to stick with it. But the Yorm's Great Machete has a much higher chance of one-shotting everybody. It does more damage overall. Although nobody I fought in the battle arenas survived the riposte from Leto's Great Hammer, so it's pretty safe to assume that you can use that one if you like. I was just going with the for sure one. I was also using the Hornet Ring throughout all of this video, so for those of you who haven't played through the game all the way and have no idea what the Hornet Ring is, it's a ring that boosts your critical damage. It also changes the animation of a riposte, so if you're wondering why I'm striking 3 times, it's due to the Hornet Ring. I also used the Dragon Torso at random moments just to see how much damage it boosted it by, and it does add quite a bit of AR, but honestly, it's not really worth it. You're going to one-shot them no matter what. You don't need it. It was just kind of fun to play as a dragon. I'd also like to add that the build itself is actually viable without focusing on the riposte. You can use just the heavy broadsword. It's a great straight sword, and you could win the battle without parrying. It's just an added bonus that knowing if you do get one parry off, you're winning. And I know it's fun watching someone get one-shotted by a riposte, but I'm pretty sure you're getting tired of it by this point. So I'm just going to bring you guys on over to the stats so you can see exactly what I'm working with and how exactly I achieved the one-shot riposte build. Alright guys, so like I mentioned in the video, this is a pure strength build. So I did bring my strength to the hard cap, which is 66, while using the Yorm's Great Machete. Keep in mind that that's its one-handed damage, because you are going to be parrying when you have the broadsword out, so you're going to switch to the Yorm's Great Machete, and you're going to use the attack while one-handed, so the crit is going to go off of that damage. As for the rest of my stat points, I have 40 endurance and 41 vigor, and that's because I have so many extra stat points, because my build is a pure strength build that allows for extra stats. I'm not wasting points in faith or intelligence, so that is went to my vigor and endurance. And if you're also wondering why I have 13 dexterity, it's because I was using the buckler throughout the video randomly, so I wanted to have an dex to wield it and not have that stupid X over the inventory item. That bothers me. As for my equipment, I'm using the Yorm's Great Machete as my riposte weapon. You already know that. It has a little bit of a higher AR than Leto's Great Hammer. Here, I'll show you. It's not a huge difference. It's just 23, but why not go with the better one, right? I'm using the heavy broadsword as my weapon to deceive my opponent into thinking I'm actually fighting with it, even though I'm really fishing for parries the entire time. And it's a fairly decent straight sword, so whatever. I'm using the simple caestus to rebuild my mana, and I also use the buckler as my parry shield as well, so whatever one you prefer. That's my armor set, guys. You need the Hornet Ring. That is essential for this build. It's what you're focusing your entire build around, so you want extra crit. I want the life ring +3 because I am just trying to parry, so I'm going to get hit a lot, most likely, unless I'm pro and I'm not failing all the time. I need the Havel's ring +3 to have the Yorm's Great Machete on my side pocket. And I use the Lord's Sword ring because I did manage to get my parry off without getting hit, and that adds extra crit damage, so why not? And that's pretty much the build, guys. It's another one-shot build. I'm trying to come up with a bunch of other ones. I actually enjoy having one-shot builds. They're very fun. And I want to thank you guys for watching. You're making my YouTube experience really worth it. And if you enjoyed the video, like the video. It really helps my channel out. And if you're new to my channel, guys, subscribe. I have a ton of Dark Souls 3 content on the way, as well as some upcoming games that I'm probably going to start using on my channel. The Surge seems like a really interesting one. I'm going to buy that, play through it live with you guys. It'll be a fun experience. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Chase the bro out.